Hello, yoga teachers. Hope you're well. I wanted to pop into our group and answer the question raised by Bex about managing energy, and especially around if you are not sleeping and how to manage your business when you're not feeling that great. So I wanted to talk about this idea of really following your cycles and working in cycles as a business owner, especially if you're a woman. We already live in cycles with our menstruation, with our monthly changes, hormonal changes, with our energy levels changing as we move through our days and our weeks. But when you are a business owner, whether you work part-time or full-time in your business, it's so important that we understand how our body and how our physiology and how our mind, our whole system works. And it will be different for each one of us. But one of the things that really comes up for me again and again and again is this metaphor of breath. Now, if you think about your breath, we breathe in and then we breathe out. We breathe in and then we breathe out. We breathe in and then we breathe out. And to really understand the wisdom of the body as physiologically we are designed, the mind can be really, really focused and busy and very quick, but the body is much slower. And the breath, the way that the breath is structured, can really teach us about how to connect with our own cycles and how to connect with the rhythm of work and rest and play. Work, rest and play. Work, rest and play. And notice that I say play in here, and I keep it in this play as the out breath part rather than work and play. Although the reality is work and play and be creative, rest and play and connect with others in personal life. So however you want to look at it, there are two ways of being: this way of doing, showing up, creating, supporting clients, working on freebie, doing Facebook Live, doing, showing up. And then there needs to be a part of, I'm just going to rest now. I'm not going to think about my business. I'm going to go for a walk. I'm going to have some food. I'm going to connect with loved ones. I'm going to have a laugh. Nothing to do with work. Can you see how the breath and the way that the breath works can really teach us so much about what's needed? If you have just the in-breath, very short out-breath, in-breath, long in-breath, very short out-breath, long in-breath, you're going to start hyperventilating. It's going to be, you're going to get your body out of balance and you're going to start hyperventilating. And you cannot live like this for a long period of time. Or if you just got very long out breath and short in breath, very long out breath and short in breath. Again, you are going to run out of air in your body. And so thinking about your work as a breath metaphor allows you to understand, okay, what's out of balance here? Is it that your in-breath, you're working is so big that it leaves very little time on the out-breath, for the out-breath, and there is accumulation of stress, accumulation of adrenaline and cortisol within the body, accumulation of this hyperactivity where the body cannot rest and stop, the mind cannot shut down and rest. It's like you can see what happens within our whole system. Or maybe there is this kind of very little doing and a lot of resting, in which case there is a lot of letting go, a lot of surrendering, a lot of being guided by the universe, but actually we just get what we get from the universe. We are not feeling empowered in what we are creating and the direction that we want to go in. Like sometimes I hear practitioners say, I'm just going to go with the flow, see where the doors open. And yes, that's great. And we need to bring that in. But that means that you will be like a leaf in the wind. Oh, I just go over there. Oh, that has come up. I go over there. Oh, they offered me this, so I go over there. There is no focus, no direction, no clarity about direction. This is the direction I want to go. And then if opportunity comes in, checking it against, well, this is the direction I feel I want to go. This opportunity comes in. Is this the right opportunity for me? Am I willing to give a lot of my time and energy to it right now, even though I said that I wanted to go in that direction? And sometimes, because the opportunities are everywhere, if you are open, if you're showing up, if you are willing to take opportunities through your energy, through your mindset, through the actions that you take, the opportunities will be coming. And then there is the question of, does this opportunity align with the direction that I'm going to go into? Again, if you think about your energy and the kind of overwhelm and the stress response within the body, accumulation of adrenaline and cortisol and overactivation of the prefrontal cortex is kind of trying sort out things and work on things continuously, which is absolutely exhausting. It will exhaust your adrenal glands, it will exhaust your body, it will affect your thyroid. There is so much stuff, will create high blood pressure. Your heart will be impacted, your hormonal stuff will be impacted. There's so much stuff. And the overwhelm often comes from just grabbing everything as it comes and not having a clear direction and knowing what you're working towards. And certainly at the beginning of our business, it feels like I've got lots of time, I need money, I'm going to grab whatever comes in. But as you move forward in your business, you need to start thinking, does that align with where I want to go, the direction I want to go, what I want to create? So cycles as the breath they need to be in balance, doing and creating and showing up and working on your business with personal life, not related work stuff, watching or reading stuff, going on holidays. So one of the questions that I asked in the last mentoring and coaching call was, next week is half term. Have you structured and booked in a bit of time off work? And this is why I always say a good thing would be to actually work in term time and have half term as a time to step back. Different people do it in a different way. Some people work 3 days, 3 weeks a month and leave the last month an easier month. For us as yoga teachers, often it is that we will run classes. And if we run classes continuously, month after month, without any structured breaks within those weeks, you're just going to end up working all the time. This is why working in term times, where a lot of our students are women, it really makes sense, because then you work 6 weeks, you might have a week, quieter week, step back, work on your business, reassess, rest, and then you have another 6 weeks and do the same. And so the natural rhythm of your body, the natural rhythm of the structure of your business and how you work, your commitments, the natural rhythm of how our clients have their lives. All of that needs to be taken into consideration, but certainly you need to book in the time off in your calendar. It cannot be the case of, I've been working for weeks or months now, I am absolutely hitting burnout, now I'm forced to take some time off. That's not a good place to work from. You have to plan it ahead. And this is why in Yoga Business Mandala, we plan for 90 days, a quarter, 3 months. Within that time, you should have at least at halfway point, which is next week, couple of days off in addition to your weekend. And it goes beyond that. The other question is, like, within your week by week schedule, have you got at least one full day where you're not working with clients, you're not thinking about your business, you're not doing stuff? One day to allow your brain and your body to rest and relax. The other thing is looking at your weekly structure and really understanding the flow and the energy, how you structure your time. And really, ultimately being very clear about it and very decisive. If something is not working, if you're running a class that only has got 3 people, maybe, and you've tried it for a long time, maybe it's time to let go of this class so you can focus on something else, rather than staying for a year or 2 trying to keep doing something that doesn't work. Reducing that time for making decisions and going and doing it much quicker. Understanding that you only have got a certain amount of time and energy each day. And if you overspend it on things that don't work, think Pareto principle, you're going to be busy all the time with very little result. And yes, you can do it at the beginning of your business when you've got lots of time. As you get busier, as you get clearer about the direction that you want to go into, as your business requires you to create more stuff, go a bit deeper, you need to be mindful of your time and energy. One other thing in here, as women, we go through changes within our body. If you are hitting perimenopause and that impacts your sleep, especially your sleep, there are lots of other things like hot flashes and brain fog, emotional overwhelm, how rigidity in the body or stiffness, however you feel it. One of the biggest things is definitely the insomnia and the sleep problems. There is a direct correlation between how you work and the amount of stress and adrenaline and cortisol being released within your body during the day, and then the quality of your sleep. There is a direct correlation within that. And everything that I just said to this point matters more when you are going through a perimenopause or menopause, because what you were able to do when you were younger, push through, work long hours, stay a long time on your computer, run around the town, teaching lots of classes, seeing lots of clients, your body will not be able to cope with that anymore when you are going through perimenopause, because the needs of your body change. And the way that your body is dealing with that excess of adrenaline and cortisol, it takes longer for your body to release it. And so the accumulative impact of it, if you stay in that space for too long, will be negative. And then, it impacts your sleep and all the other symptoms. And so one of the biggest things in here is to really think about how you structure your day, ramp up your somatic practices that really help you regulate your nervous system on a daily basis, and treat them as non-negotiable practices, not waiting to the time, oh, I'm feeling really wired or really tired, or I haven't slept and now I'm going to do it. It has to be the other way around. You have to prioritize those practices that regulate your nervous system, balance your physiology, and then look at your structure, weekly structure, model calendar, your the way that you are working, and really being more aware of, you know, this time, energy, and money impact. Like when you are committing to something, when you are doing something in your business, how much time does it require? How much energy does it require from you? And how much of a return it is on a financial level? And that means, it might mean making different decisions. So I hope that makes sense. I hope you found it useful. The invitation in here is to step back. The invitation here is to definitely have a little bit of time off next week or the week after, because we are halfway through the 90-day cycle quarter. And the invitation is for you to step back and to really compassionately review how you are running your business, how you are working, how are your practices. And, you know, if it feels like it's the vicious circle, that you are doing stuff and then you don't have time for your practices, you need to step out of it, allow your body to rest, and start with those somatic practices that are nervous system regulating practices, and do it over a period of time and treat it as a non-negotiable practice, and keep reviewing how you're working. And over time, it will make a huge difference. And I'm saying this from my own personal experience and, you know, working with other women who are similar age to me, mid-40s, 50s, mid-50s, who are going through perimenopause, and really understanding that it is down to us. It might feel like the body is out of control. It's doing this stuff to you, but we can impact our body in a positive way. And if you are doing everything that is not helping, I would really consider also, you know, speaking to your GP or speaking to a specialist who specializes in perimenopause and menopause, maybe even having a test for your hormonal levels. There are other ways, like I use homeopathy a lot, but the number one thing that I notice for myself and other women is that relationship between what we do and the stress within our body through adrenaline and cortisol, and how I can impact it with my somatic practices and really managing my workload. It makes a huge, huge difference that I cannot stress enough. So I hope you found it helpful. Let me know what you think, and I will be seeing you soon. Take care for now.